Now from your local election headquarters, we have political analysis. Joining us now is former 3rd District Congresswoman Kathy Dahlkemper. Kathy, thanks so much for coming in today.
Oh, great to be with you, Kim.
All right, let's talk about women today. A lot of talk in the political news, even House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi accusing the Republicans of really waging a war on women. Is there a Republican war on women in your mind?
Well, I do think that some of the actions and words that have occurred in recent months do make a lot of women wonder if there isn't a war against women. And I think one of the most concerning things that I saw happen was a piece of legislation, the Violence Against Women Act, which has been a bipartisan supported bill since 1994 in terms of the funding for that bill, was actually voted down by Republicans in Congress. And that, with many other things, I think makes women wonder, is there some kind of a war against women out there on the Republican side of the ticket?
Well, certainly now they are battling for that vote. In that battle for the female vote, an Obama consultant actually stated that Ann Romney, a stay-at-home mom, hasn't worked a day in her life. I know how I feel about that. I'm sure you have a thought on that as well. Is that a justifiable comment?
Well, absolutely not. You know, I'm a mother of 5, and the hardest work I've ever done is raising my 5 children, and I certainly commend any woman who is working outside the home or working within the home, helping to raise a family, is doing a huge service for their children and for the country.
We saw Mitt Romney out this week actually campaigning surrounded by women business workers. What do you think might help Mitt Romney with this woman's vote? Should he consider a woman to run alongside him for vice president, maybe?
Well, I think the first thing that candidate Romney needs to do is to step up and defend women and give women the respect that I think is what we all want. And, you know, I thought one of the perfect opportunities for him to do that was when Rush Limbaugh came out with terrible, disparaging words against the college student who wanted to testify in front of a congressional hearing. And that would have been a perfect opportunity for the candidate Romney to stand up and say, this is wrong, and we need to stop this kind of talk. So he needs to do that, and he needs to show women that he does respect us, and he respects us no matter which side of the ticket we stand on.
Well, absolutely. We've talked about it before, but women make up a larger percentage of the vote than men do, so they definitely need to get on women's side. Is there a signature issue, really, that unites women?
You know, I don't know that there's a signature issue that unites women, except I think we just want fairness. You know, whether that's fairness in the workplace where we work a job and be paid the same, whether that's fairness in terms of other issues that tend to be more women issues. But I think what this also shows is that we need more women to be in elected office. And so I think men are often making these decisions when, if women were at the table, maybe the voice out there would be a little bit different.
Now let's switch gears a little bit. I know we've talked about this before, but the new voter ID law in Pennsylvania, I do believe it is being challenged. We talked with the Erie County Election Office today about the challenges it's providing for them. Again, what are your thoughts on this law?
You know, one of my big concerns is actually for seniors, because there's a lot of seniors who don't have a driver's license. Maybe they never did, maybe they no longer do. And now they're going to have to find a way to go get that photo ID. And so I think that seniors, along with some other people, may find it very difficult when they show up at the polls in November and maybe are unaware that this law has actually happened. And another group that's going to be impacted is the Amish, and those who, for religious reasons, don't want their picture taken. And again, we're making it very difficult for various citizens to get out and express their right as a voter.
We'll see what happens with that challenge and what happens come November. But speaking of November, we haven't even hit the primary on April 24th yet. But just curious if you'll be campaigning for any candidates this fall. We do understand you will be kicking off a phone bank this Saturday for the President Obama campaign.
Yes, I will be down at the Democratic headquarters helping to kick off that phone campaign. And whether I get out and actually work hard for candidates will depend on whether I believe that they're really going to take our country in a positive direction. And those that I do believe will do, I'll be out there helping them.
All right. Former Congresswoman Kathy Dahlkemper, we appreciate your time as always. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Great to be with you.
Weather 101 is up next, and some forgiveness from the IRS. Stay with us and we'll explain.